Do you know one thing I would highly recommend buying? And that's a really good chair. Now, I got this chair the other day, right? It's a Herman Miller chair. And I've said in the past that I think it's extortionate. I think I can't justify spending £1,500 on a chair. That seems just mad to me. Spend that on audio gear, yeah, all day long, whatever. But spending that on a chair, I'm a bit like, nah, I'm not spending that much on a chair. But I went to a studio a few months ago and I spoke with a studio owner and he had a Herman Miller chair. He had this chair and I sat in it and I was like, oh, this chair's so nice. It felt so comfortable. He said, yeah, that's a Herman Miller chair. I said, yeah. I said, I know how expensive these are. And I asked him how much it was. He was like, yeah, it's about £1,400, £1,500. I said, yeah, I can't justify spending that sort of money on a chair. I just can't justify that. He said, well, do you sit in it every day? So, yeah. How long do you sit in it? 10 hours? Yeah, roughly 10 hours maybe. More? Yeah, maybe. 14 hours some days? Yeah. I sit in it all day, every day. He said to me, he looked at me, how can you not justify having a really nice chair? And I looked at him and I went, do you know what? You're actually right. You are right. And that's why I pulled, and then that's when I fitted this studio, I pulled the trigger and bought myself a really good chair. And I tell you, it's one of the best purchases I've ever done. And I didn't think I'd say that about a chair because it is such a comfortable chair. They are so solid and they are so worthwhile getting. Now, my chair I used to have was good, but it was just a standard chair. It was more like a gaming chair, but it was comfortable. And that's what I kind of went for, this comfort. And I never really used to sit in it because I'd always stand up and mix. In this studio, I'm more sitting down and mixing. So I wanted a really good chair. And yeah, I mean, look, I'll be honest, right? And, you know, I weren't given this chair. I went out and bought this chair. I can say whatever I want about it. If it was rubbish, I'd say it's rubbish. And it's not. It's very, very good. And they are well worth buying, in my honest opinion. If you get one, hell of a lot of money to be spending on a chair. Really a lot of money to be spending on a chair. And I still feel like I can't justify that. That's a lot of money to be spending on a chair. But when you make the argument that you sit in it for 14 hours every day, I can justify that. I feel like I can justify that. But yeah, quality chair. You could do all sorts with it. It's got this, like, I tell you what it is. It's what you're sitting on it's like you're suspended on this kind of what's the best way to explain it? Like a netting, and you're sitting in the netting, and it's so taut and tight that it's so comfortable. I mean, this is probably the most boring video in the world for me to post because I'm talking about a chair, but it's actually, I can honestly say, spending good money on a good chair, if you're working in a studio all day, every day, it's well worth it, in my opinion.